So Promech Heavy Equipment is a material and handling company. We also work with M&J Shredders from Denmark. We are their service partner for servicing all their shredding equipment, which is going to the RDF business in Thailand. So anybody who's processing waste potentially uses M&J machines for the processing of the waste to create the fine RDF material for alternative fuel. So we also work heavily in the aluminum recycling market.
Okay.
We've got over 22 machines working on aluminum recycling, crushing and reprocessing the aluminum cans for reprocessing and going back into the can-to-can process. So we see a great increase or a good potential for growth in the renewable sector, whether it's the processing of waste for alternative fuel or whether it's the recycling of plastics. We also do plastics PET. We've got a couple of customers who process PET to make reprocessed, reconstituted flake. So from my point of view, material handling, which is forklifts, telehandlers, heavy equipment that can be used to move, handle these different products for the processing purposes. And as I say, with M&J, they are one of the world leaders in waste shredding equipment. So Promech is their service agent for Thailand. So they install the equipment, they sell it, then we service it and we sell all the spare parts and we look after the customers, so aftermarket for them. So there is two sides to what Promech does. Material handling, access platforms is one item we also do, but we also in the past year have been becoming more and more involved with the waste process RDF business, because originally my background is in the waste management business. I was here in 12 years, I was running a waste company. Now this business here, Promech, is my business. So I've got 85 staff, over 200 machines in the market, renting, selling for all these different processes. It could be warehousing, it could be agriculture, it could be waste, it could be renewables, wind, solar, all these types of businesses. We've got machines that can service to that type of industry.
And your for the M&J in Thailand, what you're suffering, what is the main focus, whether it is RDF side or whether it is on the shredding part of the
when M&J sell the shredder, we insist them to install it with the client, then we will do the servicing.
Okay.
So if the client needs any routine servicing done, hard facing, new parts installation, all that type of stuff, we handle everything for M&J.
Okay.
And M&J is one of the, as I say, is one of the leaders globally in the market for recycling.
But in comes to the aluminum, you said aluminum recycling.
Yes.
Okay. How is the market for you in Thailand so far?
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. The processors we work with are right at the top end of their game. They're increasing the amount of recycling because the can makers like TBC, Coca-Cola, all these people are wanting more and more recycled element in their can sheet.
Yep.
So UACJ, the biggest producer in Thailand of aluminum can sheet, they're looking for more and more and more recycled cans. So the cans are coming from America, Europe, Myanmar, South Africa, Australia, coming to Thailand to be reprocessed and made into new can sheet. So that business, for the past 2 years has been good growth for us, but we will just need to wait and see how it goes. I think there is more and more demand. People are moving away from the PET bottle, they're moving away from glass and aluminum. It's completely can to can. Aluminum can to aluminum can. It can be done again and again and again and again. You take PET, there's maybe 20%, 15-20% recycling done. With aluminum, it's 85% plus of aluminum. You cannot find any aluminum cans in the bin here because they're all picked up, reprocessed into the can again.
I think because of this, sustainability awareness a lot in nowadays, many companies are looking to see possibility of using a lot of recycling materials. I think PET itself, it's
they're all growing.
Yeah.
Whether it's PET, aluminum, steel, copper, any of these materials are becoming more and more valuable, and with the global drive for sustainability, then it's just going to be an ever-increasing business, I feel. Now, for us as material handling people, we work with logistics companies, we work with agro companies, we work with recycling companies, we work with oil and gas companies, so we cover many, many areas, but obviously our focus is equipment, sales and service.
Right.
Service being number one.
Yeah.
We rent a lot of machines to a lot of people, and I'm going to continue to grow that business.
I think so. Rental is a major chunk of your business.
Yes.
Some people don't buy the heavy equipment anyway.
Yes.
They like to rent it.
Yes.
People
like to rent the equipment, and they want to outsource the problem of the maintenance and the upkeep,
right?
So that they just pay per month. And if the machine is broken, then they get it fixed, or they get another one, and they just keep paying the same monthly rental cost.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you also involved in the RDF side also, right? So
yes.
How is the market for Thailand for you?
The RDF market is growing and growing and growing. RDF3, there is more and more demand. We're seeing M&J are selling a lot of shredders into the market here because, number one, they've got presence here with a sales team. Number two, because they've got a company like Promech backing them up for the spare parts and aftermarket service. So we see, with the demand for energy, and the main demand is coming from the cement kilns. They're trying to replace coal as a hydrocarbon power source with waste as an alternative fuel. So we're going to see more and more and more. So the likes of Siam City Cement, TPI, Siam Cement Group, there is a ever-increasing demand for this product, and the product has got to be better and better quality. So that's why people are moving to these advanced European Western design machines to process the garbage here. One thing Thailand has got, it's got a lot of garbage. The biggest problem with the garbage is it's very, very high in moisture, so that moisture needs to be removed so that they can meet the specification of the cement kilns for alternative fuel.
For you, the Promech, your business is focused only for a Thailand market only, or are you doing in Southeast
We
Asia?
do business in Laos, Cambodia and Myanmar also.
Okay.
So we cover 4 countries, but our main business is Thailand, and my focus really is Thailand and the growth in the Thai market that we can find over the next 2 years. Yes, I do business in mining in Laos, I do business in mining in Cambodia, and I do business in Myanmar also. Myanmar, not so much at the moment, but there is actually a huge amount of scrap aluminum coming from all these markets into Thailand, because Thailand has got the number one processors for processing the scrap, and number two, it's got the main end user who wants the processed aluminum, say, to resmelt down into virgin aluminum again to get made into can sheet. And obviously with likes of TBC, Thai Beverage Can, there's a massive demand here. They are global leaders in the can market, so I just see the demand increasing. And with public concern about waste and recycling and how we what do you call it, our sustainability, the bigger companies like Coca-Cola, like Pepsi, like all these people are wanting more and more of that can that you buy in the shop to be made of recycled element.
I think a lot of drive is there for big companies. Every company that looking for recycling materials as a part of their processes now.
Sure. I think, but Thailand has got some very, very good processors here who are cutting edge, best in the world for that. So you see the processors are here to process the material, but also the end user who wants to buy that processed material is here to make the can sheet. So as I say, aluminum, I think you're going to see more aluminum bottles in the market. Obviously there's a lot of aluminum cans out there. Any steel cans that were there will probably get replaced with aluminum cans, and the market will just continue to grow and grow and grow.
And we saw, you mentioned that all the good opportunities. What kind of challenges you're experiencing in exploring markets in Thailand?
The main challenges are here are for the equipment that we supply, making it as sustainable as possible as well. So we're looking at EV powered equipment, so that equipment has got a lower carbon footprint. So in the past you were using diesel machines, gas machines. People are looking now for alternative EV, electric vehicle solutions to meet their material handling needs.
And instead of, other than this M&J, what other companies you're representing?
We are representing Manitou, which is a French brand, with machines made in France, Italy, America, India and China.
Oh, okay.
So the brand that we represent, Manitou, comes from these different 5 countries. It's all imported into here. We either sell it or we rent it. And as I say, we're not Toyota, we are not Unicarrier, we're not one of the massive global brands, but we're a small independent company supplying customers with equipment that has been specifically designed and tailored to the needs of the client. So with material handling, a forklift's a forklift, but we want to add value. We want to add other equipment that we can add to the forklift that will make that material handling process, number 1, safer. Number 2, economically more viable. So as I say, we're competing in a big market there, but we don't tend to compete with the huge players in the market. We tend to be niche, smaller, bespoke, and we will tailor the need to what the client needs. But number 1, my business is focused on service. We are never going to be the cheapest, but we aim to give the client availability and safety and durability on the equipment.
So one important thing is that when you're providing a service, we need to have good manpower. Can you talk about your manpower?
Manpower for us is absolutely no problem. I've got very solid, dedicated team of local technicians who take care of mechanical, electrical and fabrication needs for everything that we do at Promech. So we have to obviously have service vehicles which are available to go out 24 hours a day to service the equipment. So as I say, it's key we not just supply the equipment, but we need to supply the service to the client also.
Can we a little bit elaborate on your association with the M&J, recycling history of M&J?
M&J is a recycling company based in Denmark whose focus has been on the renewable sector for waste and certain metal reprocessing. M&J, I can't honestly tell you how long it's been about, 20, 30 years, but it was owned by a company called Metso, which is one of the largest aggregate handling material companies in the world, and last year it was consolidated back into its own entity. So M&J is at the forefront of the market when it comes to processing of waste, garbage, kayat, as you would say in Thailand. And because they've got a very, very strong team of people here in Thailand, they're Westerners supported by Thai sales time, which is also supported by Promech and our serviceability here.
Yeah. And how long you're associated with them as a
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
And it's going great.
It's going well. It's going well. There are challenges in all markets and all relationships, but it's very, very positive, and we feel that we are the number 1 in Thailand for the quality of equipment that they provide, but also the quality of service that we want to provide to these clients. So where they have success, we have success. Yeah. But we need to maintain the longevity and the service of that equipment so that it lasts for 10, 15 years. This is a high capital investment, and you've got to look after the equipment. So it's okay just buying the machine, but if you don't look after it within 6 months, 1 year, if you don't put the money into the maintenance, then the machine won't perform like it did when it was new, and you won't get the output that you want. So to maintain maximum output, you need to invest in the service and maintenance of the M&J equipment.
Interesting. Yeah, I know about this M&J long time. It's a long history there, M&J.
Yeah, it's been about a long time. Yeah. But as I say, their base for Asia is in Thailand. They've got an office here downtown, and they what do you call it? They are very proactive in the market.
Yeah. Great. Thank you very much, John, for giving input on your business, and I think that you see a lot of opportunities in the recycling market.
I think there'll be opportunities all over the planet for this stuff, but in general, we want to capitalise on this market.
Yeah. Are you doing anything with the government side, any municipal in terms of waste management? No, only the industry oriented.
In my past jobs, I was involved with garbage collection, garbage processing, garbage disposal.
Where did you work? Can you talk about your history?
I started a company here called Waste Management Siam.
Oh, okay.
I was the original general manager for Waste Management Siam in 2000, so I spent 12 years in the waste. Yes, WMS. I was one of the founders.
Oh, that's nice to know, John. Shake hand, man.
Yeah. I was one of the original. I was the guy who built the facility, built the team, built the whole operation.
Fantastic.
From 2000 to 2000. I left in 2012.
I see.
Before that, I worked in Hong Kong, where I ran a facility that handled 10,000 tons a day. So I know a lot about the garbage business.
So what do you think about garbage business in Thailand?
Garbage business is the garbage business. It's the same as anywhere. It's got its challenges. It's got all the different elements. You've got commercial side. You've got political side. You've got all these elements that come together to add up and make the business what it is. But it's a good business. It's a growing business.
Yeah. And how do you see? Do you see there's more can be done in Thailand with reference to the municipal solid waste management?
No, well, solid waste management here. To be honest with you, recycling here is second to none.
Yeah.
If I put garbage in that bin there, anything that's recyclable is taken out before it even gets in the garbage truck. So we don't need MRFs here because there is a underlying industry based on people making a living from taking garbage and taking the valuable items out of the garbage, whether it be the plastic, the cardboard, the steel, out of the garbage. So Thailand's got a great base to work from, but now the key is, can you process what's left and ends up at the transfer station, ends up going to the landfill? Can that be processed and made into RDF, alternative fuel, or biomass, or whatever else comes up?
But I think the biggest challenge that when you have the wet waste, mixed up with all those segregation, there's a challenge everywhere, I guess.
No, it's a challenge here. It's a challenge all over the globe, but here especially, because wet waste is predominantly the waste is wet waste, and anything that has any value. If I put it in the bin in my condo, it goes to the maid downstairs. She takes out what she can sell, then the garbage truck takes out what he can sell. By the time it gets to the transfer stations, you're left with raw garbage. And a lot of it's very, very high moisture content. So obviously the challenge is, how do you dry it and how do you turn it into good quality RDF? The quality of RDF coming out of Europe and Australia is so beautiful. The quality of RDF in Thailand, it's more challenging to get higher quality RDF here.
Yeah, lot true. Yeah, very much. Huge potential is there. Still, a lot can be done.
Sure. And good luck with your event that you're holding.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to this recycling and recovery. It's a very unique and very focused compared to other shows in the past we have done. As you know, the recycling is in the past is called end of pipe treatment, or kind of, it's getting so much integral part of it. People have started using all the recycling as mixing with virgin materials, and also people, the awareness towards the environmental concern have been, day by day is increasing, in terms of the.
No, well, I think the government policies are also going to push towards the recycled element and everything.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you can use it for RDF, it's another form of reuse of garbage. So, as I say, we just need to wait and see how the market develops here. Government policy will drive it, but also demand. There is a huge demand here from the cement kilns for alternatives to coal, to give them a calorific value that can give them heat value that can produce cement here. So there's benefit all round here in Thailand. I can see, with the huge amounts of garbage. I think You could say TPI were probably the pioneers of the waste energy business and the cement business, but all the others, EcoCycle, INSEE, and all these people are all making vast steps forward to reduce their carbon footprint.
Yeah, and it's true. And also that in industry very much concerned about energy cost. Nowadays is the logistics cost. All the raw material shipping costs as hell now in the last.
Yeah, well,
years.
this is where processing the garbage at source and then baling it, compacting it, making the logistics costs as cheap per ton as possible are all things that are all coming to bear in Thailand. Thailand is probably 15 years behind Europe, 15 years behind America, but anyway, it's probably at the forefront in Asia. And I think with the demand from the cement kilns for alternative fuel, that will only increase.
Okay.
This equipment here is all EV.
Okay. Okay.
This is EV, 100% EV, lithium-powered forklifts, which can run double shift and fast charge. They're fitted with non-marking tires, container masts. But even this machine here, this machine came in and it had a higher cab in it. I've reduced the cab height so that it can go inside a standard container.
Oh, okay.
So this is a very rare machine. It will drive through a standard container door and it's 5 ton.
Oh, okay.
So they're specialist vehicles and we've adapted. This one, we cut it down by 18 centimeters so that it can go through a standard container door. So all these types of things, we've got the ability to adapt, adjust standard equipment to make it a bit more specialised and a bit more unique.
This is also EV?
No, this one is diesel. Yeah, these two are EV. That's 5 ton, these are 2.5 ton. This is my fabrication section. We can fabricate anything we need. Any special attachments. Here we are fabricating cabs for tower cranes to go to Denmark, but we can fabricate any attachment that needs to go in the forklift.
Oh, okay.
We can make it and build it here. So these are ramps for going inside containers for Lao. These are for big bag handling. These are cabs here which are getting made to go to Denmark for tower cranes. So I maintain a small crew of fabricators who are very, very diversified. One minute they can be building cabs, the next minute they can be maintaining a shredder.
So you can customize it as per the customer.
Yeah. We've got an internal design team that can come up with anything we need to supplement what we do and create that extra value on the machine. Then we can do it. And obviously a Manitou telehandler is like a Swiss Army knife.
Okay.
So it can be a loader, it can be an access platform, it can be a forklift, it can be a sweeping brush. It can cover many areas. So as I say, I'm developing all these product lines, and with that I need the service teams behind it to give the customer the service and quality that they need. The way I'm moving the industry so that these service vehicles are fully kitted out. Generators, air compressors, tools, lighting systems, everything that you need when you go to maintain a customer's machine is in here. Plus it is also a mobile advert.
And also 24-hour service.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you call it as I say? Machines versus the rental rates, is the return on investment's not so good, but a new machine like that's 50,000 euros, a second hand one 20,000, but they can do the same job.
So when you compare with your competitors, how do you distinguish yourself with them?
For these type of machines, telehandlers, we are the market leader by far.
Okay.
We've got over 75 telehandlers.
Yeah.
We are number one in the market. There is nobody else. Because they're very complicated machines. They don't just lift, they push out, they've got a whole bunch of different functions. So you need a very skilled service team to look after them. And a lot of the other companies have shied away from this market because they don't know how to look after them. So we're very strong on that. On the access equipment,
Yeah.
that market is very, very competitive.
Yeah, I think
Super
so, yeah.
competitive, and it's all about the cheapest price. So we're not big in that market at all. Yes, I want to grow, but I'm not going to grow to at prices which are stupidity.
Price sensitive business.
Four-wheel drive is another area where we're very, very strong. Four-wheel drive forklifts, four-wheel drive machines.
But there are also many players in the forklifts, right?
Oh, there's hundreds of players in the
Yeah,
forklift
yeah,
market.
yeah.
You've got cheap Chinese, you've got Toyota, you've got Nissan, you've got Crown. They've got thousands of machines. We cannot compete with them, and we're never going to compete with them. What do you call it?
But
As I say,
basically, the forklifts usually you sell them or
no, we rent most of them.
or more rent mostly. Oh.
I don't sell many forklifts. This section in here is all about EV.
Okay. Oh.
All these units are EV.
Okay.
So they're all electrically powered. We're moving away from lead acid to lithium powered machines. So that's just different types of access equipment, obviously reach stackers and warehouse equipment, cold chain equipment, pallet movers, and so on. So that whole market is not a big market for us, but a growing market. As I say, we look for longevity with the clients rather than short-term hires. The big telehandlers are usually short-term hires.
Okay.
We do a lot in wind energy, solar, massive. For us.
Usually your term of contract, how it looks like, months or...
Yeah, it could be days, it could be weeks, it could be months.
Oh,
It
it's
depends on what the client wants. But we also supply operators with the machines,
Okay.
so you get a turnkey solution.
You make their lives easier to manage.
Now, if they want to pay for it.
Yes, as long as they're willing to pay. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay.
So like machines like that, that'll be 4 years old. And once it comes off a hire, we will rebuild it, repaint it, recondition it all, and then we will extend the life of the machine.
How about the batteries and how are you managing the batteries?
The batteries get managed like any battery would do. There's routine. If we rent these machines to a customer, they'll be every 2 weeks we will go and we'll check the battery. The customers will get training on safety, training on routine maintenance, and at the end of the day, it's up to us. The more we train them, the more they look after our machines, the cheaper the operational costs are going forward. But lead acid is dying and lithium powered machines are becoming more and more popular.
And is digitalization is something that you invest in here in this business also?
I'm investing more and more into electrical technicians and electrical service people.
Okay.
So that we can, as that market grows, as the EV market grows, we can be pushing at the forefront.
Yep.
We're never going to be a Toyota or a Nissan or a Crown or a High-Star, but at the end of the day, we will grow our little niche market. And as I say, we tend to do what other people don't want to do.
That is the way to go. Yeah. So
Well, not just a little bit on the forklift. If people just want a standard forklift and cheap, then I'm not going to be the cheapest. But if they want something that's got a clamp, a rotator, a specialist attachment on it, then that's when we really feel we can add value to the process. So we cover all of Thailand. I've got service area in Lam Shabang, I've got a service area here, but I've got customers all over the country.
Okay, but do you have any in south side also? Any
Yes.
small workshop there? Or
No, we don't have any.
This is the main place.
This is the main place, and we'll mobilise people out of here if necessary.
Yeah.
I've got guys in Laos just now for a week working in Laos. I had guys in Denmark training last week. So I want to invest heavily in the people and the resources within these workshops. I've got a main office downtown, but I rarely go there. I spend all my time here with the guys who do the work. It's very, very important for me that they see that I'm completely involved with the day-to-day operations of the business.
And how do you see the quality of the people you are getting here in Thailand?
The quality of the team I've got here is excellent. But this team has been together here for almost 20 years.
Okay.
Many of the staff have been here 20 years. So
they're enjoying working here.
Well, it speaks for itself, I believe.
That's right.
The fact that if they stay and they want to stay and they don't leave, then I'm obviously doing something right. Or we're doing something right with regard to our man management and human resource management.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everything's perfect, it never will be. You're always going to have, with people come challenges.
So, that's a difficult, not an emotion. Good, John. Once again, thanks, man.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for coming to see me.
Yeah.
Okay.